I've been with my husband nearly 6 years and married for almost 3. Our entire relationship family birthday dinners with my in-laws have always been a mess. They never decide where to go or what time until the very last minute. Sometimes they even change the location or time day of, so even reservations can become useless because you need most of the party present. People are typically late, not 15 to 20 minutes, sometimes even an hour, and thus have others waiting to start eating. But the most painful part of these events has always been paying for the check at the end of the meal. Typically, what would happen is everyone splits the check in whatever way so the birthday human doesn't have to pay for their meal. No one ever says, "Hey, everyone, we're splitting the check evenly no matter what," or "pay for yourself and a little extra for the birthday person." Nothing, just left to figure it out at the end of the night. They'll offer to share, I think in hopes that it makes it more attractive to share the bill. We were once asked to pay $60 each on an approximately $300 bill, when all we ordered was 2 $15 meals and water, while everyone else went ham and bought whatever they wanted plus alcohol. When they asked what we were doing birthday dinner-wise for my husband and I, we picked a restaurant, and it was a great meal. My husband ordered a couple of appetizers to share with the table, which everyone partook in. When the bill came, my brother-in-law said, "Let's see how much we pay to maybe you guys don't pay." I was flabbergasted. All of a sudden it was "we will see" and not automatic. We ended up paying our entire bill, including appetizers and drinks. I was really upset because time and time we have paid more than our fair share, but when it was our turn no one was willing to follow tradition. When my sister-in-law's birthday dinner came along, we decided to only pay what we ordered and let them figure out the rest. My in-laws were not only ordering alcohol and meals but also a bottle of sparkling water, which I have never seen them do in the years I've known them. We took the tablet when we were done eating and chatting, paid for our meals plus tip, and left. I'm so glad we've decided that's how we will handle these dinners from now on. So much annoying stress removed. Comment by user. To me, as a server, when I hear split checks I ask who is on what check or if all is individual. I'm a freak of nature and will most definitely give a table of 20 all separate checks if that's what they want. I ask at the beginning for large parties. No one ever gets charged more than they should on my watch. Reply by original poster. That's awesome. Thank you for your service, smiling face. Comment by user. And thus have others waiting to start eating. No, you don't. They will never learn that way. Tell everyone when you will start eating, and then start eating at that time. Reply by original poster. Oh, that stopped after the first time. I'm not waiting for an extending period of time. Comment by user. Too often splitting the bill seems to mean one party goes ham and the others just order reasonably, and the reasonable people get screwed repeatedly. Pass. If they can't afford it, they shouldn't order it. Reply by original poster. That's been my whole thing. Why order what you can't afford? I think what bothered me is that for all their birthdays that's how it worked, but for ours they decided to play coy all of a sudden. Comment by user. I feel like this story ends too soon. I want to hear what happened after the family tried to leave without paying the rest of the bill because they assumed you had covered it. Good on you for putting an end to it. Reply by original poster. We haven't heard a peep since then. They're always being cheap about things. Like for a birthday dinner for my husband one year in which we bought the food, my brother-in-law brought an open half-done box of hard seltzers but took some leftovers home. For my birthday that year I asked for a cupcake cake and please no chocolate. I got a small chocolate cake because my sister-in-law waited until before she arrived to get it. Comment by user. I hate splitting the bill. I got invited to an impromptu work dinner. I had already eaten before the meal, so I only had a soda and wound up paying $50 for my share of the split. Never again. Reply by original poster. Yeah, that's the worst. That's an insane amount to pay. Comment by user. Get a separate check. Reply by original poster. Luckily this restaurant's tablets allow you pick what you're ordered and only pay that on your card. Comment by user. Wife's parents always are late. Always. Pisses me off every time. We even went on a cruise with them and they would say let's meet in the dining room at 7. At about 7:15 I'd tell the waiter we were ready to order and we'd order. Then her parents would show up and act aggravated that we had appetizers and would be eating them. Wife is always 10 minutes early for everything. Her whole family is 15 minutes late for everything. Her parents were late for Thanksgiving dinner. Grandma said we eat at 12. At 12, we all started making plates and started eating. Her parents showed up at 12:20. Her stepmom had the nerve to say, "Why can't we start when everyone gets here?" Grandma said she told y'all 12 everyone was here and ready but them. She asserted her dominance right back in her face. Reply by original poster. That's so frustrating. My sister-in-law is always late no matter what, even when she picks the time and place. Not sure why or how that works. My mother-in-law is the same way. One time she hopped in the shower when we came to pick her up. My husband has grown tired of it, so we just do our own thing for the most part because come on, you're an adult, get it together. Sounds like, in your case, it's definitely someone with a superiority complex. Comment by user. I ask for a separate check when ordering. Reply by original poster. Thank goodness this restaurant has a tablet where you can pick what's yours and pay for it. Sometimes I've asked and the restaurant has told me they can't split it ahead of time. I've suggested, hey, write your last four and the amount you're paying and get ignored. Comment by user. If it's only going to be like a $1 or $2 difference, then I'm all for splitting checks. But if it ends with me paying twice what I ordered, that's a hard no for me. I would have put a stop to it from the get-go, and if anyone tried to start something, would have told them to put the bottle down and maybe they'd be able to afford their share. People love to spend the money of others. And it was a shitty thing what they did on your husband's birthday. In my family/circle, the birthday person never pays. Reply by original poster. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm also very generous. I think that's what may have made it a bit more opportunistic. It was a joint birthday dinner for the both of us since our birthdays are close. Comment by user. If you're ever in a situation where you have to split between a large party again, I recommend checking out an app called Tab. You take a picture of the receipt and the app creates an itemized list for you to select what each person ordered/decides to share. The app also scales tax and tip based on what you bought as well. I think it's a simple and practical app that works well, especially for birthday dinners or large groups where people are ordering differently. Reply by original poster. After I told my mom what happened to it, she recommended this app. Comment by user. This reminds me of Sebastian Maniscalco's "How about the bill take another lap?" https://www.youtube.com/watch v=cgu9woo \_BTCC https://www.youtube.com/watch?v=cgu9woo_BTCC. Reply by original poster. Well, that's gold. Comment by user. Why don't you just go to a place with a fixed price buffet or something? Or a set menu? Or just don't go at all if it's stressful? Reply by original poster. It's been suggested and they always pick these other restaurants because it's a favorite or what have you. Comment by user. If you realize that's what's happening, I would order a few extra high prices meals to add to the bill to go. Fuck it, now we're all paying extra. Reply by original poster. We went the opposite, did bare bones ordering, so it would have been odd to ask us to fork over more cash. But I didn't want to take a chance that they wouldn't cover it, which is what happened on our birthday. Comment by user. What greedy and selfish behavior. So they say everyone should be treated on their birthdays, but when your birthday rolled around you guys ended up paying for the whole thing? I would literally never again subsidize or split a bill with them ever. I would go on your own bill all of the time and no matter what. If there's a restaurant that tells you no, just make sure to bring cash every single time and pay your portion only. If they call you out on it, I would bring up the situation for sure. Reply by original poster. Basically, that's what happened. We not only paid for our food, but the appetizers they had no problem indulging in. Literally said, "We'll see. Maybe you guys won't have to pay anything." My husband was like, "I'm just gonna pay for our stuff." Because that wasn't an affirmative answer. Comment by user. I guess my family does things differently than everyone else here. If the dinner is in honor of me or one of my two brothers, my parents pick up the whole bill. If it's for one of our parents, I'll pay the bill and my brothers will each give me a third of the total the next day or later. No fussing about payment at the table. Group friend dinners used to be like OP's situation when I was younger. But now I tend to only go out with people who are very close, and either I'll pick up the whole tab or they will, and whoever didn't pay that time will offer to pay the next time. Reply by original poster. My family usually is I got this one, you got the next one, and we're so conscious to not overdo it. My idea I pay, my parents will do family dinners but always take out and we eat at our own houses. Well, the timing is too late for them to wait on my husband. I've never had this issue with any other groups besides them. Comment by user. Turn it around on them on a night where you're planning to spend a bit. When the server comes to you when ordering, ask to be skipped until the end, and when they get back to you, order the most expensive thing on the menu and tack on a really expensive drink. Then split it at the end. Reply by original poster. That's a fun idea. It's not gonna work with them. There's always some sort of haggling. These people don't even let my mother-in-law order her own meal for her birthday. She usually always ends up sharing bits of their food. Now looking back, it's probably so we can chip in for what they really want and she doesn't say anything. We usually just take her out, just us three. Comment by user. You left out the best part of the story. What was everyone's reaction? Reply by original poster. They all just realized we were leaving, then they all paid and left at the same time. No one said anything. Comment by user. Yeah. So much the same. My mother-in-law was frustrated with me, and while we went out to dinner she handed the server her credit card. I was impressed at her new generosity. She never pays. She waits for us to pay for her food. Nope. She tells the server that she wants 1/3 of the check on her credit card and to not include any of our beverages. My husband was mortified and tried to pay for the whole tab. Nope. Mother-in-law made a scene and demanded 1/3 of the tab sans drinks be charged to her card. But then she tips only 10% and we gave our server cash to compensate for her tacky behavior. Ugh. Reply by original poster. Oh wow, yeah, that's a mess too. My in-laws can be a bit annoying that way too. Mother-in-law once offered me a piece of bread she had already bitten. Comment by user. We have one couple in our friend group that is always short when calculating their share, and usually the only ones getting that extra round or desserts. One friend will ask for separate checks. I just do not go out with them unless that friend is there. I hate asking for separate checks myself, and the stress of knowing I would need to or it will be an issue when the check comes is enough to make me avoid it. Reply by original poster. I just don't get why people are like that. I guess they know people hate to have awkward convos, especially after you've had a good time. Comment by user. I feel your pain. My Mill has a birthday 3 weeks away from mine. A couple of years ago, she wanted to take me and her daughter out to dinner for my birthday. To a restaurant she wanted to go to. Not one I particularly wanted to go. But I figured it's okay, she's treating. Fast forward to the end of the meal and I'm paying for mine and my wife's meal. I tend not to order expensive when I'm not the one paying, out of respect. Then 3 weeks later my wife convinces me to take the meal out for her birthday to a place she would like, and I got to pay for all of us that night too. I was enthused. Reply by original poster. That's awful. I would have felt the same way. Comment by user. Oh, how I feel that pain. One set of friends. Bill comes and is split evenly, usually with a good tip, 25 to 40%, mixed in. Other set of friends. Their tip begins at 20% and goes down from there, and she was slow refilling my pop. We had this, and that comes to $23.17 of the $50 bill. Here's $23.25, and according to my tip card, here's $3.75 for the tip. Slow pop. I used to put a $10 bill in my pocket and be the last one to leave the table so I could sneak it into the tip money. Reply by original poster. Yeah, if that's how they think, why go out to eat? Just get takeout or have a potluck. We only go out with them when required. LOL. Birthdays and holidays, which we miss sometimes still because of the headache. Comment by user. Why doesn't one person offer to cover the person being celebrated, and then the others can chip in if they so choose? That way no one is responsible for more than what they consumed and the celebrated person still gets a gift. Reply by original poster. My husband did that once for his sister's birthday and I don't think anyone chipped in for that. I'd have to ask him. That was before we got married. There have been moments where we get asked to do favors or get tricked into favors. So now we're very weary of all that. Comment by user. Genuine question here. When you inevitably brought up that this is not how they normally do it, how did they react? Did they change how they were paying? Was there a confrontation? Reply by original poster. Not in the slightest. It kept shifting and my husband was like, I'm just gonna pay for the appetizers and stuff we ordered instead of waiting to see if they were gonna actually split it and end up leaving us with more to pay for. Decided to move on and then just take that energy to the next time. Comment by user. I work as a server. I don't split bills by items, but evenly or set amounts on cards is fine. But I usually say, don't one of you have a points card and everyone Venmo or Cash App? Get the points, take a picture of the bill, and move on. You'll get your flights for free. I get that I work at a higher-end restaurant, so it's feasible for me to do this. But maybe it'll help someone in a similar position. Reply by original poster. I once wrote it out on the back of the receipt and did the math, and they were like, well, this is what we think. Okay, well, the math doesn't match. Comment by user. Pay for what you ordered plus 10% tax and tip. How hard is that basic math? Reply by original poster. That's what I always say. I've done the math before and then gotten ignored. So after that I was like, nope, not again. Comment by user. What is a birthday human? Reply by original poster. LOL, whoever's birthday we're celebrating. Comment by user. What? Birthday person eats for free. Where I come from, birthday person / host / invitee covers the friggin' entire meal bill. GIF. Emote free _ cry. Reply by original poster. That's the way they do it. Usually my family does that or has a little barbecue party. Simple. Comment by user. My husband ordered a couple of appetizers to share with the table which everyone partook in. This is a bit rude to order if you aren't expecting to pay for them and you don't do it when it's not your turn to pay. Reply by original poster. That's why we were so frustrated with our birthday dinner. He even asked the table if they wanted some and they all said yes. Bill comes, then all of a sudden everyone just wants to pay for their own stuff even though countless times before we were asked to contribute to food and drinks we didn't even order. Please leave your story in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to get new update. Thank you.